As he understands why all those people have been protesting on Wall Street and what it means for you. But first up, it goes by a lot of names. Spice and K2 are just a couple of them. We are talking about synthetic marijuana. Now, it is sold legally in some convenience stores across Alabama. Health officers warn, though, that fake pot is the cause of a growing number of illnesses and even death among young people. Focus at 4's Marissa Mitchell sat down with parents who say Spice is responsible for the loss of their son.
He was the perfect kid, the perfect son.
This is how Steve and Lori Murphy remember their 18-year-old son, Brandon, a smart, popular teen who was on his way to college on a full scholarship.
Never give us any trouble, made good grades.
But Brandon's life ended last July. The Murphys say drugs like this, Spice, drove him to take his life.
He loved us so much, there's no way he would have done something like that where we could have found him or seen what we've seen. That's why we don't like the word suicide.
Suicidal thoughts are one of the side effects health experts say the drug can cause. Paranoia, hallucinations, and seizures can also come with a high. The Murphys, though, say the only change they noticed in Brandon was his mood.
The best way to describe is irritable. Where he wanted to spend time with us before is like, I gotta go, or, just didn't want to have a lot to say.
But things became clearer 2 weeks before his death. They found a receipt for Spice and an empty bag of it in Brandon's car. At the time, they say they didn't know anything about the drug, plus their son told them it was legal and he would stop using it. Compounds used to make synthetic marijuana were banned in Alabama last year, but soon after, Spice and drugs like it were back on the market. And how did that happen? Well, manufacturers used those same compounds and tweaked them to get around the banned formula.
It's no longer going to be enough to say, well, we're going to schedule marijuana, we're going to schedule cocaine, we're going to schedule amphetamine. We've got to be smarter than the people who are manufacturing these drugs.
Alabama Public Health Officer Dr. Donald Williamson and lawmakers are working on legislation that would ban any and all compounds used to make synthetic marijuana. Getting it outlawed, he says, could take months, but for the Murphys, every day will be spent helping others understand how a short high from drugs like this can change lives forever.
It's been terrible. And, we're doing it to honor him. And if we can just get this message out, because if parents don't know about it like we didn't. But I can just about guarantee you, your teen, if you have a teenager, they know about it.
We thank them so much for sharing that story. How easy is it? We said that it was easy. How easy is it to go out and find this?
It is. It's open in convenience stores, right? Even some in the front counter. You just go in and buy it. It's about $20 to $30
because it's
for
legal.
The smaller packs, because it's legal, and you just go in and ask for it and get it like you would candy or anything else. And a lot of experts say it's marketed to teens and kids with the bright colors and the graphics on it, and so it's really becoming a growing problem.
Well, is there a possibility of someone taking this and not having any of the effects that we talked about? Exactly.
Dr. Williamson told me that. He said sometimes, you may not have a seizure or go into hallucinations, but you can't risk that.
Yeah,
the only way to know if you're going to have a side effect is to take the drug, and he said it's just not worth it. And from what they're saying, that this drug, even though it's made to be fake pot or synthetic marijuana, the effects are far stronger
and last a lot longer.
Yeah, than marijuana. So there's some different things going on there that creates more risk.
And it's so frightening to think that there are chemists out there and they ban one formula, they just go back in and create another one, right?
Right.
That's how it stays legal.
That's how it stays legal, and Dr. Williamson said they're very, very busy now looking at any and all variants to that compound. And he said that even though they're pushing for legislation and that could take months to go into effect, they want to see if they can get it banned for at least being sold in stores as early as next week.
In the meantime, though, really parents have to step up. Right. And if you see something called Spice or K2 or any of the numbers, and they normally come in those little kind of silvery looking packets, right?
Yep.
Ask questions. Be demanding. Find out, because it could mean the difference between having your child and not having your child.
Yes, that's what the Murphys said, that they didn't know anything about the drug to begin with, to really push the issue. Well, one thing they are doing, I want to mention this, they have a Facebook page, and so they're reaching out and talking to people and hearing from teens who are dealing with it as well. So they've made it their life mission.
It is such a fresh loss to them, and with them going out in public as they are, they have no idea how many other lives they may be saving.
Right. And
Marissa, thank you so very much for bringing this report to us today. Attorney General Luther Strange